Welcome to Red Thread Radio, where scripture speaks and the ancient world breathes again. Every story has a thread, a line of redemption woven through jealousy, injustice, famine, and forgiveness. Today we follow that thread from the rugged hills of Canaan to the monumental courts of Egypt, Canaan, a land of shepherds, tribal alliances, and fragile peace. Egypt, a kingdom of stone, ceremony, and gods carved into eternity. Around 1600 BC, the world trembled with change. Drought pressed against the Levant. Pharaohs ruled as divine sons of Ra. Empires rose and fell on the strength of grain. And in the middle of it all, a boy with dreams too large for the world around him. Joseph, the dreamer, the slave, the prisoner, the prince. And through his life, the red thread of God's providence is pulled tight. I was born in Canaan, a land of tents, wells, and wandering flocks. A land where my father Jacob built altars to the God who wrestled him into blessing. My father loved me more than all his sons. He gave me a robe, long, colorful, royal, a garment that said, "This one is chosen." I was 17 when the dreams began, sheaves bowing to mine, stars bending toward me, visions too heavy for a boy to carry. I told my brothers, I thought they'd marvel. Instead, their eyes hardened. They stripped me of my robe, threw me into a pit, sold me to Ishmaelite traders whose camels carried balm, myrrh, and me. Egypt rose before me like a world of stone and shadow, temples towering like mountains, priests chanting to gods who could not speak, a river that never failed. I became a servant in the house of Potiphar, captain of Pharaoh's guard. I worked, I learned their language, I earned trust. But lies can shatter a life. I was accused, condemned, thrown into prison, a place where names are forgotten. Yet even there, God was with me. Dreams found me again, dreams of a cupbearer restored, a baker judged, dreams that whispered of a future I could not see. And Pharaoh called. I stood before the most powerful man on earth, a shepherd boy before a living God of Egypt. He said, "I have dreamed a dream." And I answered, "It is not in me." God will give Pharaoh an answer of peace. 7 years of abundance, 7 years of famine, a nation on the edge of hunger. Pharaoh looked at me and said, "Can we find anyone like this man, in whom is the Spirit of God?" He placed his ring on my hand, gave me his chariot, his authority, his trust. They called me Zapsnath-Taria, the revealer of secrets. I gathered grain like sand on the seashore. I watched the Nile rise and fall. I prepared for a famine the world did not believe would come. And then, my brothers arrived. They bowed before me, just as the dream had said. But they did not know me. I remembered the pit, the chains, the years lost, and I wept. I tested them. I forgave them. I revealed myself. I said, "You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to save many lives." That is the thread that binds betrayal to redemption, the thread that turns famine into salvation, the thread that runs through every dream God gives. Joseph's story spans Genesis 37 through 50, a tapestry of suffering, sovereignty, and surprising grace. He was betrayed by his own blood, enslaved, imprisoned, forgotten by men, but never forgotten by God. And when famine swept the ancient Near East, a famine confirmed by archaeological and climatological studies as part of a regional collapse, Joseph became the hinge on which nations turned. Egypt survived because of his wisdom. Canaan endured because of his mercy. Israel's future was preserved because God kept his promise. Joseph teaches us that God's providence is not always visible. Sometimes it looks like a pit, sometimes like a prison, sometimes like waiting for a dream that feels impossible. But the thread is always there, pulled by a God who wastes nothing. So ask yourself, what dream has God placed in you? What thread is he weaving through your story? A thread you may not recognize yet, but one that will one day make sense in the light of his faithfulness. Thank you for listening to Red Thread Radio. If Joseph's journey stirred something in you, share this episode, tag a friend, start a thread, and join us next week as we meet Ruth, the outsider who became family, and the woman through whom God wove a royal lineage. Until then, keep following the thread.